Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I'm very happy to see you. Yeah, okay, so some people are joining us. Great, great, great. Well, then, as you see today, we will be talking about, well, imagination, and the title of our session is Imagine Teachers. Yeah, and today we will, well, learn and discover many interesting things about ourselves, our students, imagination, creativity, and we will get some practical ideas. Well, then, as you see, there is a nice motto of this session. Well, logic will get you from A to B, and imagination will take you everywhere. Yeah, so I fully agree with this quotation, really, imagination is something what helps us drive and helps us develop and learn better and make discoveries about the world and so on. So the aims of our seminar today are the following. So first of all, we are going to revise the correlation between imagination and creativity. And we will see what is what and what the relationship between them is. Then we will also discuss a very interesting issue. If imagination is inborn or could be developed. And hopefully we will find some answers to the questions, and we will also dig a little bit deeper into some theory. We'll see what stands behind it. And then we will also find out the ways we can integrate development of imagination in our classroom. So there will be some practical ideas, some examples, and some, well, clues for you which supplementary materials you can use. So then first, yeah, we need to see what we deal with, and first we need to define imagination and see what the correlation between imagination and creativity. And I would like to hear from you first. So in the chat box, can you please write your ideas, like what is imagination and what is creativity? So your ideas first.
У тебя еще есть такие?
Нет.
Yeah. So what is imagination? What is creativity? Okay. So Evgenia, thank you. Creativity is the product of imagination. Okay. Yeah, actually, yes, that's it. Any other maybe features? Okay, Leonora, ability to come up with new ideas. This is imagination. Yeah, ability is a very good word here. Good. Yeah, then if we look at the next slide, yeah, then we can see some features, some definitions. Yeah, so first take some time to read it, and let's see if your ideas were right. Yeah, maybe like what other things we can find here. Yeah, okay. So as you see, yeah, that creativity means some activities, doing something, and we usually have a result or product. Well, imagination as such, yeah, does not produce anything. Yes, so the product, as you can see here, is the imagined object or the image itself. Yeah, but of course we cannot imagine so creativity without imagination. Okay, well, that's great. And then if we move on, yeah, then I have a question. Oops, sorry for the spoiler. Yeah, one of the aims, as you remember, was to identify if imagination is something inborn or something that we can develop. Yeah, so I think that you have seen some pictures from the next slide, but can you please say what you think about it? Is it really something inborn, or is imagination the ability, yeah, which, well, Eleonora stated it like this, if it can be developed? Yeah, so can you please share your ideas?
Of course, it can be developed. Our practice shows that everything can be developed if a teacher is highly talented and motivated to do that.
Okay. So, Oksana, unfortunately, I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat your idea?
Can you hear me well?
Not very well, unfortunately.
And now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. I really believe that everything can be developed, and our practice shows that if a teacher is a highly talented and motivated person to do that, everything can be developed in his or her classroom. Just practice, and you can achieve brilliant results.
Okay, thank you, Oksana. And thank you for being brave yes, and muting yourself. Well, great, thank you. So, and also there is some feedback from Eleonora. She says that it can be developed. The more you know, the more you can imagine. Yes, that's an interesting statement. Yeah, and I also agree with you. And let's have a look at what actually stands behind it. So on this slide, yeah, you can see very informative infographics. It's about multiple intelligence. This is the theory which actually first appeared in the 80s, and now it is getting more and more popular. And the idea is that we all have different types of intelligence. Some types prevail, but at the same time, we should and we can develop the other types of intelligence. But even if we look through them, we will see that any type of intelligence requires imagination and deals with imagination to a certain extent, of course. Yeah, but well, linguistic, for example, intelligence. Yeah, we need to be imaginative, to be able to imagine things in order to attempt maybe new language, or in order to talk about the topics which we are not good at. Yeah, and I don't only mean a foreign language, even in our language. Yeah, we attempt something new, we attempt something more abstract, more philosophical, and then we definitely need our imagination. Yeah, and so just musical intelligence, yeah, the same. Logical mathematical intelligence also requires imagination. Yes, that is the way we may come up with solutions to some, well, great problems, and we can find well, ways out and so on. So like each type of intelligence requires it. So we can see that first we get it from the very beginning when we are born, and then also throughout our learning experience, yeah, we develop it. There is also one more interesting idea which we should mention here. This is Bloom's taxonomy. Yeah, this is also the well, the idea, the theory, the system which is gaining its popularity and has been gaining its popularity throughout years. And here we can see the pyramid, but it can be presented in a variety of ways. And this is the taxonomy or the system that shows how we are learning things. Yeah, and as you see, first we remember, then we understand, then apply or use this information in new situations. And this is actually the first step where we can and should be using our imagination. Yeah, after that, we analyze the outcomes, we evaluate them, and then as a result, we're able to create something. We're able to produce new or original work. And here is also the stage when we need to be able to imagine things and use our imagination. And then, well, as you remember, imagination comes hand in hand with creativity. So we create something new. Yeah, so as we see, it can be developed for sure. Yeah. Okay, very good. Well, and let's move on and yeah, get to the point, like the ways we can develop it. Yeah, so well, when children are born, then of course they use their imagination. This is also a very important tool for their cognitive development. Yeah, but the older we get, the more complicated the process of learning new things gets. Yeah, and maybe sometimes more pragmatic we get, and some adults don't think that imagination is something important or necessary whatsoever. Yeah, but still there are effective ways which we can exploit to develop our imagination. So you see that here the list of possible solutions is hidden. So that means that I would like to hear from you again. So can you please share your ideas, like how we can develop imagination?
One of possible approaches suggested by Cambridge methodologist is to use as many pictures and images as possible to start a lesson or just to introduce new ideas. And a way of guessing, guess what, guess how we can do that, or just guess the meaning of this phrase based on this picture, please. So there are a lot of different small ways how to practice imagination while running our lesson, for example. So I think, yes, pictures or just some stuff which, or maybe even a video or just some other kinds of stuff we can use during the lesson can be really helpful.
Okay, thank you, Oksana. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, so visual aids, pictures, prompts. Well, personalizing the material. Yeah, thank you, Evgenia. Great. Yeah, and Eleonora, by setting new tasks, unfamiliar and non-standard. Yes, yes. So to maybe sometimes to surprise our students, yeah, well, to also get them curious about things. Okay, okay. Yeah, and actually you mentioned the ways we can help students develop their imagination. Yeah, but if we just discuss it from the more general perspective, like, well, not necessarily being students, yeah, how we can do this. But the ideas of the idea of doing something new and non-standard, yeah, is always nice. Because as many people say, that it's the way you leave your comfort zone. Okay. Well, then let me share some more ideas with you. Yeah, so we can develop our imagination when we help others. Yeah, so we this way we learn how to listen to other people, how to hear what they say, yeah, and also while helping, while doing something specific, yeah, we also may come up with new ideas. Yeah, Venera, yeah, thank you for your comment. Yeah, brainstorming ideas. Yeah, so brainstorming is like the first baby step towards any action. That's super. Yeah, then also learning new things. Yeah, when we really learn how to do new things, they do not necessarily have to be, you know, non-standard. Yeah, for example, you may learn how to make, I don't know, coffee, how to drive, how to cook new things. Then you may learn how to paint and so on. I mean that it does not necessarily have to be connected to your job as such. Yeah, reading a lot of fairy tales. Yes, Valeria, or just, well, I have the same idea here. Yeah, reading, not just fairy tales, yeah, which are great. Yeah, this genre does help develop imagination, but reading itself. Then also creating things, yeah, making things. Then also sharing. I like this idea a lot, and that's why I really love it when you share your ideas in the chat box, or when you speak up your mind. Yeah, and yeah, Oksana, thank you for your comment. Teamwork or class projects. Yeah, yeah. And again, yeah, these are the things, like these are the activities that we do, and when we do share our knowledge, share our emotions, yes, share our ideas. And also daydreaming. You know, we can't just underestimate importance of daydreaming. Yeah, great. And also socializing. Yeah, when we socialize, we of course, well, share, we may help others. Then we well, we learn how to listen to others, how to hear, and we also maybe look at certain things, certain situations from different perspectives, which is also very helpful. Okay, and well, also asking questions. Yeah, curiosity killed the cat, but still curiosity is the first step towards developing imagination. We ask questions, we get curious, we want to know more. Again, we apply our background knowledge, and we may come up with some even crazy ideas, yeah, and crazy questions, which is also great. So, and then if we move on and get a little bit more specific, yeah, here we have the next slide and the next stage. It's how we can implement these ideas in the classroom. Yeah, and so I see here there is one more interesting comment, laconic explanation. Okay, okay, and Irina, can you comment on it, please? Laconic explanation of, of what? Okay, so we will hear from Irina, yeah. So then how we can implement it in the classroom? Okay, to make it shorter, explanations. Okay, okay. So, well, maybe, yeah, so in the classroom, yeah, our like teachers' explanations should be sometimes really short, yeah, so that students may come up with their ideas more. So then if we talk about the ways we can implement the ideas from the previous slide in the classroom, yes, then there is a list of activities that we can do. And well, to be fair, this list is not, well, it's not complete. Of course, there can be other things. And you have already mentioned some of these ideas, so that's why I will share them with you. Yeah, so in mind mapping, yes, that's a very good technique. Yeah, creating word maps, mind maps. Yeah, yeah. So then, like, how we can implement it in the classroom? Yes, so there should be collaborative work. Yeah, which has already been mentioned. Collaborative work, maybe teamwork. Yeah, so teamwork is when we have a leader. Collaborative work when there is equal contribution. Yeah, and for example, there can be collaborative writing, very interesting activity. We will have a closer look at it a little bit later. So then project work, yeah, it has also been mentioned. Then task-based learning, like, well, the way we can plan our lessons, organize our lessons. Yeah, so task-based learning is also very effective. Then visual prompts. Yeah, so actually this is what Oksana mentioned. Yeah. Then music. Yeah, so background music or music, well, as the teaching material. Then, of course, personalization. Yeah, Evgeny, you mentioned it in the chat box. Yeah, and art as well. So, well, as I told you, this is not like the complete list of all the possible activities. There can be, of course, many, many other things, but I would like us to focus on it today. So then let's have a look. Like the first idea which was mentioned here was collaborative work, in particular collaborative writing. And here on the screen you can see this slide, and this is the extract taken from the Close Up B1 book published by National Geographic Learning. And this book is aiming at preparing students for an international exam. Well, B1 preliminary. And so students have a model, and here the aim is to get them to learn how to write a postcard. And students go through certain tasks, yeah, which will help them get to part E. And as you can see in task E, they need to read the exam task itself, which is here at the bottom, and then work with a partner and complete the sentences with their ideas. Yeah, so as you see, they need to work together. They can be working in pairs, they can be working in bigger groups. Yeah, and they need to come up with their ideas. And here there can be a great variety of options and ideas, and you may deliberately ask them to maybe write some crazy ideas, or write or complete the sentences with the ideas which are true about you, or which are completely not true about you. Then maybe complete these sentences true about your best friend, whatever. Yeah, like, and then they can actually choose what to do, what to write. And they, of course, will be exploiting their imagination. So, and actually, it is recommended that when you are preparing your students for exams, or well, then when they are doing any writing task at your regular lessons, yeah, it is recommended that they do collaborative writing. It's a very good tool. So then project work was also mentioned, and here you can see one more extract, but now it's from the impact course book. This is level 4, and this book is also published by NGL. So here the students need to do some tasks which are related to the video that they watch, and on your right you can see an extract showing you that, well, there are some pre-tasks, yeah, and then students do while tasks, and finally on your left you can see exercise 7. Yeah, and here students need to choose an activity. So first, let me give you some time to get acquainted with the tasks, and then we will discuss discuss the tasks and the advantages. Okay, as you can see here, students have options. They can either work independently, and it's a very good option for the students who love working like this, yeah, like so-called individual learners. Yeah, and they will anyway do research and then share ideas with the others. Yeah, and if they don't want to share these ideas, then they can just write a letter to the organizers. Yeah, so, well, this is a productive task. And in this productive task, they will share their findings and the results of their research. If you have students who choose this option, yeah, you can, after that, get them to share their well, their letters. Well, if you are lucky, if you're happy to have offline lessons, you can do something what is called a gallery walk. Yeah, when students put their works on the walls, read, again, learn from each other, maybe steal some ideas, steal, this word has a positive meaning, of course, here. Yeah, or if you are working online, you can use a Padlet, yeah, which students can also share. Then students may choose to work in pairs. And again, there is a survey, and they survey their classmates, like to find out how many attend big events. Yeah, and as a result, again, they present all these findings. And well, the third option is to work in groups. Here is this group work will require maybe research, maybe online research. It can be done as homework. Yeah, but anyway, there is this interesting element of project work which can satisfy all learner types. Yeah, and anyway, students will have to learn something new. They have to, again, create something, yes, some, well, some works and so on. Well, then also one more idea, it's TBL. So task-based learning, yes, like it's the approach or the way we stage our lessons. It's when students need to do a task. And while doing this task, they use the language that they know, they attempt new language, and the main focus is on the task, not on the language as such, like language is the medium. And here we can see an extract from the book with photocopiable activities. The title of the book, Activities for Task-Based Learning. So ideas in action. This is the series of Delta Publishing. And here you can see some ready-made activities. For example, here the task is, well, it has the title My Life in Apps. Yeah, and students need to present like the apps that they use, explain why, share ideas, do some research again, and then as a result, they, well, first need to present, yeah, these ideas and present the importance of the applications that they use. And also this is a very good collaborative task. Like they may make, well, class statistics. Well, this is what we all do. These are the applications we all use because, again, you may ask them to maybe write some ideas or mention some applications that they would like to have and why. You see that like this task can be adapted. Well, also visual prompts and personalization. Yeah, it's really very, very important. Yeah, and also you remember that we have a lot of visual learners. Yeah, so, and it's really essential for them to have visual prompts. And also, like if we have really great pictures, photos, then we can build sometimes the whole lesson around it. Yeah, and here there is an extract from the Look course book level 4, published by NGL, and this book is for primary schoolers. Yeah, and as you see, the unit opener has this picture, this photo, crazy photo. Yeah, so, and well, students need to share their ideas, like where the man is, what he is doing, and so on. Yeah, and at this stage, again, their imagination will help them come up with ideas. So maybe in order to stimulate them a little bit more, you can close half of the picture, yeah, which shows the building. Yeah, so like the man is somewhere in the clouds. What is he doing there? Why? And so on. Yeah, and also like some examples of the personalization. Yeah, so you can see it at the bottom. This is task number 4. And students here need to work in pairs and discuss the answers to the following questions. And the questions are related to their experiences, their personal choices, and they need to justify their choice and their ideas. Yeah, so, and the questions can be pretty specific. Yeah, for example, question 1. So they need to discuss the jobs which were mentioned in the video. As you can see, it's exercise 4, which means that like when students get to this, they have already done some other tasks, other activities. Yeah, so something more specific, they need to discuss, well, pieces of information that they have worked on and with, to something maybe a more general, more abstract. So how can you choose the best job for you? Yeah, they should outline ideas. They should come up with their own ideas, maybe crazy ideas. Yeah, so what do you have to think about? That's, I think, a very, very good question, which we can actually address to any age group. So, well, as you see, yeah, like these are pretty common ways to do this, but also we mentioned one more interesting idea, which was art. Yeah, and before I get to the next slide, I would like to ask you, how often do you use pieces of art in your lessons? So, well, we sometimes, to be fair, we have such tasks and activities in the course book. Actually, not so often. Okay, Oksana, thank you for your comment. Yeah. Okay. Well, any other experiences? From time to time for warming up. Okay, Nera, thank you. Well, you see that usually we cover this topic art at higher levels, I would say, because here we need more abstract vocabulary, yeah, and so we need to speculate on it, and that's why, yeah, so you can actually, this is what I'm also talking about here, when the student's book suggests, yeah, and yeah, like as it requires more language and maybe better cognitive abilities, yeah, when we teach young learners, teenagers, it's not very common to use it. Yeah, so we use more video, sometimes for a change. Okay, like you mean that you substitute the suggested tasks with some, well, materials on art. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, and actually this is the topic which is anyway great and which is the topic which students are curious about, teenagers are curious about. Yeah, some really. Okay, great. Yeah, really, especially if we talk about modern art. So, like once actually stole this idea, and I was teaching a lesson on art, traditional art and modern art, and I entered a room and started my lesson with a banana in my hands. So, and students were really curious, and the question at the beginning was like, why does Galina have a banana in her hands? Actually, throughout the lesson, we were talking about like traditional art, and then we got to the topic of modern art, and it turned out that there was a big exhibition, and there was a banana which was stuck to the wall, and that was an installation, you know, and even if it sounds a little bit crazy, still this installation is really provocative, and it does encourage students think of this and really use their imagination. Yeah, so scenario or case discussion in a group. Yeah, that's also a nice idea. Yeah, and let me show you the next slide. Yeah, doing also fashion. Yeah, fashion is like, well, part of art. Yeah, and here you can see an extract from one more book, which is very, very useful. It is called English Through Art, and it's part of the Resourceful Teacher series by Helping Languages. So here at the beginning, you have some kind of input, and then you have some practical ideas. And as you see here, they suggest some paintings. Yeah, and students need to do some activities related to them. Yeah, like they may be describing them, they may write what they feel about it, and so on. So they can be a lot of different types of activities, and they all encourage students to think in a creative way. And on your right, you can also see one more cover, and this is the book which impressed me a lot. The title is Imagine That. Again, this is the Resourceful Teacher series by Helping Languages. And in this book, the authors share their ideas how teachers may help students develop imagination and put it into practice, especially linguistic practice. For example, there was one activity when students need to close their eyes and then imagine that they are standing at their front door. Yeah, so like imagine the door, well, you need to think what material it is made of, like how big or small it is, and so on. Then imagine the handle. Again, what's the material? Yeah, well, what do you feel when you touch it? What do you feel when you open the door? And then open the door. Imagine that you do this. And again, what are your feelings? What can you see? What is there in the room which you are entering? Are you happy to be home or not? You know that it can be just a very short activity, but it does stimulate imagination. Yeah, sounds like a creative writing technique. Yeah, Evgenia. Yeah, creative writing technique or creative speaking technique, or any good technique to calm your students down, just to switch from an activity to something new. Yeah, and it's also the way you may ask them to prepare for creating a mind map or word map. Yeah, again, imagine that you are traveling. Yes, so what is important to you? You are traveling around Moscow. What can you see? Which places impress you? Yeah, which sounds you may hear? What is going to happen next? Yeah, complete a questionnaire. Yeah, maybe yes, or maybe it can be teacher driven. And also such tasks, by the way, can also help you if you are preparing for the CPE exam, yeah, where you need to interpret the pictures this way. Okay, and well, these are the activities, the ways we can help our students develop their creativity. Yes, so and just to summarize what we have discussed today is how we can implement art in the classroom. Yeah, then importance of collaborative tasks and activities, then TBL lessons, then also importance of sharing and caring. So, but I can say that it's well, drop in the ocean. Of course, there are more ideas, and it will be really nice if you share them. As you know, we record all our sessions and we upload them on YouTube, and you can watch them there. And there is an option to comment on it. Yeah, so, and if after our session you come up with some ideas, activities which can encourage imagination and encourage creativity, it will be really great if you can share them there. Yeah, so then you see that for all the teachers with good imagination, I think that this is our default option. So it's essential that we also make further steps in our professional development. And as today we have been discussing imagination and the importance of it, and well, practical ideas, then there is there are some more options which I can offer and we can offer to you. So let me make a few announcements regarding, well, some big events, big or small events which we are going to run. So, well, the first one, and well, you can see it here on this slide. So the next session will be on the 22nd of April. So, and it will be at 12 o'clock at our regular time. So there will be the session which is called Taxploitation. Yeah, how to fully exploit a text. And we are going to have brilliant guest speakers, David Bryan and Mark Heffernan. They are the authors of the book Taxploitation and the blog. So let me share the book with you, if we can see it here. So just a moment. Okay, so just I need to do this. So this is the book. I have it. I'm lucky enough to have it. So the Taxploitation book with well, a lot of practical ideas, and the authors will give you some prompts. Yeah, well, again, share the experiences, how you can fully exploit texts, like what you can do with the texts in order to learn new, of course, chunks, new vocabulary, and learn a lot about the world around you. And there is one more great event, which is going to take place on the 27th of April, and we will start at 4 o'clock Moscow time. And there will be a one-day outcomes conference. The guest speaker, which we have, is Andrew Walkley. And also we will have 3 brilliant local speakers. And the speakers will be talking about the outcomes series and how they use these books, and they will also show you some practical ideas and practical activities, what you can do to get the most of this series. So we will post information about this conference, and just follow us and keep in touch with us. And last but not least, so if you have any questions, any comments, questions related to the topic of our today's seminar, or some questions which you have about using other materials, other books that you can buy at Anara, then feel free to contact me. You can see my emails, telephone number, and I will be happy to hear from you. So thank you very much, and thank you for your comments, for your feedback. And so enjoy your lessons. Well, also enjoy your creativity. And don't forget that daydreaming is also important. It's also very beneficial. Okay, thank you, and see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.